Hey YouTube, it's Grace, and in this week's video I'm going to be going through all the Minecraft paintings that I just recreated in my little Minecraft painting series and rating them. I found a little tier list thingy on Google, so we're going to be using that for today. I have pictures of all the paintings pulled up on my phone, so if you see me looking down, I'm just looking at this for reference. Oh my goodness, I don't even know where to start. Okay, I'm going to start off with the pig painting here. This one, like, completed is probably one of my favorite paintings in the game. Like, it just looks so cool. I love the amount of detail in it, and the colors are really nice. However, it was so miserable for me to make for some reason. Maybe I get overwhelmed with the amount of pixels and details, or like how small the pixels are. You know what? I'm gonna make two charts on the list of how nice I think the painting is done, S tier, on how enjoyable it is to make, D tier. And next we're moving on to the burning skull painting, which this one has the same amount of pixels as the pig one, but for some reason is much more enjoyable for me personally to recreate. In terms of how much I like this painting finished, this one is getting an S tier. It is so cool. And in terms of how enjoyable it is to make, I think I'm gonna give this an A. Next is the pointer painting. I think it looks really neat, but not like as neat as the first two. So finished, I think I'm gonna give this one an A, but like the process of making it, I really struggle with the hand area, so I think I'm probably gonna give it a C maybe. I don't think it's bad, but like C is like average. Okay, moving on to the plant painting, which is the first one by one we're doing today. This was actually the first painting that I made in this whole series, which is kind of funny to look back on because I feel like I could do such a better job now. By the way, when I'm rating how these look, it's like how my version looks, not how like the original creator of these paintings. I'm not rating his art, I'm rating like my recreation of it. The original artist who made all the paintings from Minecraft, I think his name is Christopher Zetterstrand. He's an amazing artist. You should check out his work. I'm not rating his work, I'm rating my recreations of it. But I think I'd give my version of the plant painting like maybe a C. I feel like I could do so much better now. But the process of like making this painting I feel like is more enjoyable because it's not as complicated, so I'm gonna give it an A. And onto the skeleton painting. This one was really funny because some people like commented different things of what they thought it was. Like I thought it was a skeleton in a fortune cookie, but I now have no idea if that's correct or not. I think this one looks really cool when it's done, but this was one of the earlier ones I made, so I feel like I could have done better. I'm gonna give this one a C, and in terms of how fun it was to make, I honestly don't even remember. This was quite a while ago. I think I'd also give this one a C. And moving on to the creeper painting, I feel like this one is a very common favorite painting for people who play Minecraft. I think I'm going to give it an S in both, because it's fun to make, it's not like super complicated, and it's like almost everybody's favorite painting from the game. Okay, the Wanderer painting is next. This one isn't super complex, but when I made this one, it was like the first time I made it, so it wasn't like as good as I feel like I could do. Final product, I'm gonna give it a C, but in terms of like enjoyability, I think I'm gonna give it a B. Can I elaborate on those decisions? No, they just feel right. Okay, the stage painting, or like the spider painting, is next. I really like this one and it was fun to make, so I'm gonna give it A's on both. The Graham painting is up next. This one was also fun to make and it was very simple, so I think, actually now I'm changing my mind. I feel like I could do better with the details since it is so simple, like I could have added more. Finished product, I'm giving it a B. Enjoyability, I think I'll also give it a B. The Graham one would be a really great painting to start off with if you want to try making a Minecraft painting in real life like I did. It's not very complicated and I feel like it would be less stressful rather than starting out with something like one of these. Okay, next painting. This is another one by one. I think this one turned out really good. I'm gonna give it an A. In terms of enjoyability, I think I would give it a B. Okay, sunset painting. I feel like this one is like, along with the creeper one and like the burning skull one, basically everybody's favorite. Sometimes getting those different shades of blue and purple to look cohesive is a little bit challenging for me because I've made this one a handful of times, so I'm gonna give it like a B on enjoyability to make, but like final result, I'm giving it an A because it's just such a classic Minecraft painting. Next is another one by one, which I really like how this one turned out and I feel like it wasn't too difficult to make. I'm gonna give it an A on how it looks. I'm also gonna give it an A on enjoyability. Okay, the Kong painting, or the Donkey Kong painting. I talked about this a little bit in my rating art that I made in 2023 video, where I really like how this looks when it's done, but it was just so miserable to make for some reason. I don't know why. I think I might have been going through like a burnout phase or something, but like making all the different shades of pink and gray, like it was just so repetitive. and my brain kind of struggled to enjoy it. So finished product, I'm giving it, I think, a B. I feel like I could do better, but it's not bad. And then enjoyability, I'm giving it a D. Okay, on to the elements paintings. The fire one is probably my favorite one that I've did out of all 4 of them, so I'm giving it an A for both just because it was fun to make and I feel like it looks good. The ice element also I really like, so it's getting A's as well. I don't know if this is an earth element or a wood element. I can't really tell and I couldn't find it anywhere, but this one is getting B's. And then the air element, I feel like I could have done better with this one. I don't think it looks bad, but also just working with the colors, they were very plain, so it wasn't as enjoyable. I think I'm gonna give this one a C for both. Moving on to another 1x1, the kebab painting. I really like how bright the colors are in this one, so it was fun to make, but also I feel like it looks weird when you're looking at it up close. I don't know if that's something that I did or if that's just because it's super low resolution, it's only 16 by 16 pixels. Maybe it looks better from super far away. I don't know. I'm gonna give it a C for the final result, but a B for how fun it was to make. Skull and Roses painting is another classic Minecraft painting. I've made this one a handful of times as well, and I feel like it always turns out slightly different each time, but I think the colors are really pretty. I really like blues and greens and grays. And this is the one that I have in my room, on my wall, the huge version. So obviously I like it a decent amount. I'm gonna give this an A. For both. Next is the pool painting. I think the colors in this are really nice, but I feel like it and the next one I'm gonna go over kind of have the same vibe as the creeper painting, but less cool. So I'm going to give it a B for both. And then the next one is also getting B's for both because I feel like it's just very similar. All right, the void painting is the next one. I think I could have made some of the dark maroon colors a little bit lighter, but otherwise I feel like I did a pretty good job. I think I'd give this a B on how I did. Enjoyability, probably also a B. Okay, this one is probably one of my favorite 1x1s. The colors were a little bit stressful to worry about because a lot of them were very similar, so I had to make slight changes. But if you've ever painted anything, you'll know that sometimes colors will dry a little bit darker or a little bit lighter depending on what paint you use. So that stressed me out a little bit. I think enjoyability for this one I'd give a C, but how it turned out, I think I'd give it an A. Okay, the bust painting is next. I really like this one. I know it's similar to the pig one because it's a portrait with a black background, but I don't know, something about this is just very nostalgic for me. It's just such a classic painting from the game. I'm going to give it an S tier for how it turned out. I think I'd also give it an S tier for enjoyability just because it was really fun. Is this the painting that was always in Stampy's videos? I feel like it was, but I don't remember. Next is the wither painting. I feel like I could have made some of the dark greens and the dark reds a little bit lighter, but I think I did a good job otherwise. A minus. I don't know if I'm allowed to do that. I'm giving it A minus. I really like the colors in this next painting. I think they look really nice together. I'm giving it an A for how I think the final product looks. And a B for enjoyability. I don't even know if enjoyability is a word. I hope I didn't make that up. If I did, that's fine. I'm posting this anyways. Next is the Courbet painting, which you can see behind me right here. I love how this one turned out. I think it looks a lot like the reference photo, so I think I did a really good job paying attention to the details, so I'm going to give it an A for that. For enjoyability, I think I'd give it a B. This was the first time I've made this painting was for this series. Some of the other ones I had more practice working with. A lot of the colors were really similar, so I just had to be really, really careful, and it was a little bit stressful about making them look right. I think this next one's called the Wasteland painting. I should have pulled up a list before this. I hope I don't sound too mean by saying this, but this one's probably my least favorite from the game. I'm just not a huge fan of yellows, both in real life and working with paint, because a lot of them are very transparent, so you need to add a lot of coats, but then it looks weird. I don't know, because I feel like I did a decent job of making it look like the reference, so in that thing maybe I should give it a B. I think I'd give it a B for both, because on a technical level I feel like I did pretty good, but it's just not my favorite painting from the game. Okay, second to last painting is the match painting. I really like this one. I feel like I could have done a little bit of a better job on the background, but some of those colors were really tricky to mix. I think I'll give it a B minus. In terms of how enjoyable it was to make, probably also a B minus. I really like how it looks when it's done. Like, I like the original. It's just really tricky to mix some of those skin tones and then also the backgrounds. And the last painting for this video is the Fighters painting. This one's really cool because I actually sold it to someone who lives in Alaska. So it's like way out there, and I really like when my art like travels around the world and gets to be displayed in different parts of the world. I just think that's really cool. I really like this painting finished, so I think I'm gonna give it an A minus. I feel like I could have done a little bit better, but I think it looks decent. I'm gonna give it a B for how fun it was to make. And that concludes all the paintings. In case you were wondering, this is what my phone looks like so that I know how to edit this video. Yeah, I guess this is a little bit of a bittersweet moment because I know a lot of people followed me for Minecraft content, and it's not going away completely, but it's definitely going to decrease some after this because I have been really wanting to work on original art for a while now. So I'm excited for that, but also I'm like a little bit sad to see this series end because it was really fun. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video of me kind of going through and recapping all of the Minecraft paintings I made over the past 9 months. If you're interested in seeing any of my other art, check out my Instagram and my TikTok because I have tons of photos and videos of my art on there. And also my Etsy. I just realized I forgot to mention that. I have tutorials on there for every single one of the Minecraft paintings that I made in this series. I made them as detailed and in-depth as I possibly could, so if you would like to try making any of these for yourself but you're not sure like where to start because some of them look really overwhelming, you can check those out. I'll have my Etsy linked in the description. But I think that concludes this video, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will hopefully see you in my next one. Bye!